Okay, today we're going to go into some Firestick myths, some might say. Some you should stop believing. You may have heard it online, you might have read it online. There's 4 ones I want to go through and explain to you whether it's actually going to happen. And you can tell me underneath in the comment section if you agree with what I think and my opinions on these myths and processes and things that we do with our Firesticks or what we believe. Brilliant. If you're new here, do remember to hit that subscribe button. We will be bringing you everything streaming throughout the year, like we do every year for Firesticks and all other streaming devices and apps and tips and tricks. Okay, the first one we're going to talk about is probably the most important one on a Firestick. There's a lot of people out there who think that Amazon are going to block the side loading on Firesticks. So side loading, some call it jailbreaking, but where it's just installing apps from other sources, people believe they're going to stop it. Again, this one is a bit more my opinion because no one ever knows for sure on this one, but they are not going to stop sideloading. Obviously, they removed the developer options, or they hid it earlier last year, making it harder for people to sideload. But that is a common feature about an Android operating system. So Android operating system, on your mobile phones, the developer options are always hidden, and you have to find it the same way. So for anybody who hasn't got the developer options, which allows the sideloading, you click on the About button, and then you click on the Fire TV Stick 4K Max 7 times. Then you get these developer options, okay? The developer options are there, which allow installing unknown apps via something like Downloader, or ADB debugging, which can allow a connection where you can install apps from your mobile phone onto your Firestick. So there's 2 options they would have to remove to stop the sideloading option. Very unlikely they would ever get rid of the ADB debugging because there's a lot of apps which require this for different processes and settings anyway. And if they stopped any install unknown apps, developers would not be able to develop new apps or make the apps work. So there's always going to be an option there for installing unknown apps, okay? If anyone wants to know how to install apps, underneath I'll put my sideload jailbreak video, plus I'll put my installing from your mobile phone as well. Put those both in the description for you. Brilliant. Okay, the second myth, which always gets a lot of people arguing with me, is that you have to clear your cache regularly. Clearing cache in your applications, either daily, weekly, clearing cache in your applications to get more storage space. Kind of it does, but it won't really help you. I'm going to explain what I mean on this one. So when you have an app in your applications, in here, go to Manage Installed Applications, and every app will have a cache, okay? And people like to clear this cache to get more space on their device. The problem is, your applications need this cache to load quicker. So, when you open an application, it loads quick because it's already downloaded part of the application, what it needs, so it will load the pictures, the thumbnails quicker. For instance, a movie app would have all your thumbnails downloaded slightly, so it loads instantly. If you clear that cache, when you open that application, it's going to have to re-download it, okay, which will make it run slower, which will then put the storage straight back again anyway. This is why when you clear cache on your device, on all apps, when you open that app again, that cache is straight back there again. So it's kind of a pointless process. The only time you need to clear cache is an application is malfunctioning. If an app isn't working correctly, clear the cache on it, because then it might have downloaded something it shouldn't have done, something is misbehaving, so you can clear it, start it afresh. Don't clear the cache on an application which is working perfectly fine. There is absolutely no need. I never clear cache on any apps unless they aren't working properly. And I use Firesticks daily, multiple times, and for videos. So let me know your thoughts on that one. Okay. Third one, next one on a Firestick. You need more RAM. People moan about on a Firestick when you have 1.5 gigs of RAM, 2 gigs of RAM, and people think you need more RAM for streaming. Firesticks are just streaming devices. That's all they're there for. So to stream, you do not need more than 1.5, 2 gigs of RAM, because you're really only doing 1, maybe 2 things at a time, like run your VPN and your streaming service. RAM means you can run more and more applications at once. So if you're only running 1 application at a time, you do not need more RAM than 1.5, 2 gigabytes. The processor can help with the streaming and speeding things up and loading times, but the RAM itself is for running multiple applications, so you do not need more. This goes against a lot of people saying, get a NVIDIA Shield, it streams better. So the NVIDIA Shield won't stream better. The NVIDIA Shield can play games, can do more things at once because it has a bit more RAM, but it wouldn't actually stream a file any better. So there's another bit for you, and I'm sure many of you will disagree with me there, but you do not need more RAM than that. This is perfectly fine, perfectly fast, just for streaming, because that's what it's for. And the final one, another one I don't believe you need to do, is block updates, okay? A lot of people who block updates, because they want to block updates from Amazon. Amazon send updates to make your device work better. Yes, sometimes they make mistakes and they fix it, but the updates are there to send over security patches, updates to the operating system, updates to the Android system. So the Android system can be updated, which brings in more little tips, brings in more little security patches, things like this. This makes it work better. This keeps it up to date with the latest apps as well. So you should always keep your device up to date. So to do that, you go to Settings, My Fire TV. In here, you would then click on About. And at the bottom, you'll see I've checked for update. I always keep mine up to date. That's up to date on today's date. And you should always keep it up to date. For me, again, that's a personal opinion, but blocking updates, and then people will suddenly moan, oh, my Firestick is boot looping, it's not loading properly, it's stuck in a boot loop. Well, maybe it hasn't got one of the updates it needed, and that's why. Or it part updated and blocked it, or they pushed something to stop your blocks, and then it's missed out on some updates in the middle, and then it's all gone wrong. So again, I would not block updates on your Firestick. Those are all 4 myths that I think... that is my opinions, and I'm going to stick by it. I've been doing this for years now. Let me know your thoughts underneath on that. I'm sure some people will disagree with me and argue with me, but we will see. Remember, if you are a new watcher here, we have tons of videos on Firestick streaming. You can scroll through, there's hundreds of them, and you'll probably find every video you require. And a quick word before we leave, a quick word from one of our partners. Another way to keep your Firestick safe, your streaming safe, and to help open up more content across a geo-locked World Wide Web, get yourself a VPN. We will link underneath IPVanish VPN. We are partnered with them. We do mention them on the video. This is only for people who are after a VPN. And we mention it at the end, so if you're not interested, now's probably the time you can swap to your next video. Go and check out the rest of the ones on my channel. But currently we've got an offer for $2.99. That price may change, so check it out underneath. We will always have the cheapest deal for you. This is great for your online security, your privacy, protect your Fire TV Stick traffic, secure your streaming activity, simplify your online safety. And then you can also surf the web without a trace. It doesn't just need to go on a Fire Stick. You can put it on your mobile phone, your Windows PC, any device you can access the internet on pretty much, all for the price of one account. You don't have to buy it for each device. You just have to install it on each device and log in. You can put it on as many as you want. Brilliant. So I've been Doc Squiffy. Thank you all for watching. Do hit that thumbs up, drop me your thoughts on that one, and subscribe to the channel if you want to, and I'll see you on the next one.